Everybody's looking for fresh voices and fun chats. Well, look no further. Join the Shorty Logic podcast. Every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're live with diverse topics and engaging chats. Mondays are for everyone, and Wednesdays are ladies' night. Subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Like, share, and comment. We want to hear from you. Don't miss out. Come join the conversation.
What up, everyone? This is the Shorty Logic podcast. I am Shorty Logic. Here go my co-hosts.
What's good, everybody? Miss Sugar, I want all the smoke in the building.
How y'all doing? This is Bless. Y'all know what it is. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend, shall I say? Weekend.
Hey, y'all. What's up? It's Nita in the building. Hope everybody ready for this show. Let's get it popping.
All right. So tonight gonna be this an open conversation, and we got a couple of videos that we're gonna do a little reaction to. When we also have an anonymous letter, so we're all gonna do that too tonight. So now we're gonna go. Matter of fact, it's gonna Miss Ebony, Miss I Want All the Smoke. She has a shout out and put out there.
Yes. I want to give out to Miss Chelsea Tatum because she makes these beautiful bracelets, y'all, and they're almost like charm bracelets. They have a cross on it, Jesus symbol on it, the heart sign. You can get your initials put on it, and they have a little teddy bear. You can get any color you want. So y'all make sure y'all check in, hit her up in her DMs. Check out she makes these beautiful bracelets. Y'all would definitely love. Okay, so hit her up.
Most definitely.
All right. So
I got mine on.
Okay. So we're gonna go in on our first video tonight.
For all my gentlemen that desire to be leaders in relationship, maybe a little advice. Consult her first. You ask questions, and she won't have to question you. If she was consulted when the plan was being created, she don't gotta ask a bunch of questions about how the being executed. You feel me? She already know her, and I'm not talking about for my me macho. Like for y'all, I'm not talking about giving up your leadership and all that. I'm talking about sitting your lady down when you putting the blueprints together. Okay, where did you say you wanted the bathroom? All right, big bet. How did you say you wanted it built out? Fine. This is where my man cave is going. We have no questions there. You said you wanted a hobby room over here. That way, when construction is going on and it's messy, when it don't quite look right, she already know why y'all going through the storm.
Big fact right there.
The church say amen.
Amen.
For sure.
That
sounds good to me. Be part of
I
the
like
plan.
that video there. Where he at? What all this time is?
I've said this numerous times. A woman loves clarity. If you give her the plan, like he said, lay out the blueprint, and you give her all the details, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But when she got to come questioning you as a leader, it is definitely an issue. And then you're gonna feel some type of way, and if you're frustrated, then all hell gonna break loose because you frustrated because you ain't got the dialogue or the communication skills to relate it back to her. Let's talk it.
Right, big fact. This basically, basically all I feel like he's saying, just relate everything to her, be transparent with everything that you're doing, what you're trying to plan, step by step. I agree, it should be an open dialogue in anything and everything you're going to do, especially when it's going to affect both of you.
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Lamont.
Hey, Lamont.
How y'all doing?
Wonderful,
What's up,
wonderful.
Ron?
Out down here in Arkansas, trying to get to Louisville. I ain't gonna make it tonight. That's Arkansas. But y'all smart people.
I already know what you're talking about.
Where Kelly at?
Lord, sorry, y'all.
He's not. I don't know if he's coming tonight. I don't know. But what else do y'all got to think about with the video?
You know,
I
it's
think
not
the
just.
video.
Go ahead, Bless.
I would say I think the video spoke for itself. Really, everything he said made perfectly good sense. If y'all sit down and talk about what's going to happen and what your plans are, then there should be no miscommunication. At the end of the day, just be open and honest about what you want and what you're looking for, and that way you won't have all those issues.
True that.
And that's in
I
every
thought
way,
that
not just like a house plan. It's about in
Listen.
your livelihood.
And that's what I'm talking about in general in your life. It just
Yeah.
set plans. What is your plan for me? What is your plan for us going forward?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna piggyback on that because you want to know what I can't stand, and I tend to get that. I get people that have came into my life and act like they're on those type times, but then they turn around and don't be. So it's like, why even pretend like you want the same thing if you're not even going to be that type of person to communicate or share the type of communication that it needs to be held in order for us to both have an understanding about what's going on, no matter what it is. And if
Right.
you even not even on that type of time, that's obviously because you want to do what you want to do. And if you want to do what you want to do, you just need to do what you want to do and don't need to try to be in a relationship.
Right.
But people are selfish. Some people are selfish. They're gonna definitely dive in. They're gonna definitely dive in and see what they can get from you. Whether it's just your vibe, your energy, whatever. Some people are very selfish. So you have to pick through the signs, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
That
So
is
we
true.
all have to represent it sometimes.
Yep.
So we're going here with the second video, y'all. Here we go.
You want me to provide safety for you, but you cannot reciprocate it for me. I deserve to feel safe too. A number of black men internally, their internal world is not safe. And yet you want me to provide you with safety that I don't even know for myself. When I say to you that you've harmed me, you give me this rigmarole, that's not safe. When I tell you I'm tired, you get so wrapped up in your responses that you don't even give me the space to be fucking tired. That's not safe. I say to you that I don't feel connected to you. I say to you that you are not meeting my emotional needs. I say to you that I do not feel the way that you talk to me is uplifting, and you continue to do it. That's not safe. But yet you want me to continue to go out in this world and come back and do all of this stuff. You don't want me. You want your idea of me. And if I don't fit that idea, you begin rejecting me. That's not safe.
That was deep.
Powerful.
Yeah.
That was really
Powerful. That was real powerful right there. And I
was
seen
very-
that I seen that on I had to watch it like 3-4 times and really listen because we right now we got all this man against woman stuff it's all going on, but society and since the beginning of time just within that video it's never been about men. We always have to suppress our feelings, suppress what we're going through, and it's all about uplifting the woman and let her express herself, whatever she's going through. That's what I see from that video. That's why I feel like they're saying men suffer in silence.
You know,
I
when
can
you talk
piggyback
about
off that. And I completely agree. I completely agree. Even with past stuff that I deal with, it's like I want to be heard, but it's like, when he want to talk, whoever it was at that time, it's like, I don't want to listen. And that's just with other women too. I've seen it for myself. Like women just say they peace of mind, but when it's time for the man to talk, they don't want to hear it. So I mean, I can completely agree with that.
Let's
Because
clarify, it's not all women.
No,
It's
not all women.
It's
Not
not all
all
women. Definitely agree with what she's saying. Because as women, when we got a goal or we have an idea in our mind, we want to get it out no matter what. And you're going to hear our point of view. We're going to make sure of that. So at the end of the day, sometimes we need to take the time and realize they have feelings too, and they are hurting just as much as we hurting sometimes. And take the time to realize that you got to give them the same respect that you want from them. And just
You know,
listen.
when we comment on it, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
When we comment on that, even right now, I don't know, I'm about 400. I'm thinking about 400 something miles from the house. Even right now, my home front is in chaos. And despite all of that, despite I just started a new job a week ago, despite that I really couldn't afford to be at home, despite I couldn't afford to really not be at work, if I had a self-discipline to not express that because I got a child looking up to me, a little girl, 15 years, man, it's been the hardest in the world, honestly. And I'm just gonna say it like this: I'm not gonna do it, but I can go and strangle her father, literally strangle her. Anyway, to try to be that provider and that peace for that child, and then you get hit with like a reality, like a $80,000 tax bill that didn't know you had. Boy, that's a dude. I can tell you that. And then you know how to make it to pay it, but then the person is supposed to be your partner and take care of the home front while you out here doing your thing. It's just a straight cluster. Fuck. That's about the way I'm gonna say that. And it took everything in me today. It was just a conversation I had earlier, probably about 2 hours ago. And it took everything in me now, an hour and a half ago. It took everything in me to still respect that person, to give some kind of respect to that person that's my child's mother, and not make it all about me. But I was very stern on certain things I said, and certain things I will not allow to happen. And I got to be honest with you. Like when I'm out here as a man, it's rough. It's rough. And when I go home, I don't want to be in charge of nothing. I mean, I just want to cut the grass, do stuff outside. I don't want to do nothing. And to not be able to take that off and relax, man, that's rough.
Right.
That's rough.
Right. That's very rough. What you got, Miss Chug?
It's topsy-turvy because I always say people in relationships are fighting for the same thing. It's just that one's being heard and one isn't. And so
Right.
you have to really sit down with yourself and come to some conclusions and some understanding and some accountabilities and say, this is my person or this is not my person, because the person is meant for you, they grow with you. And so the woman will learn.
You breaking up.
He's hurt,
Yeah.
frustrated, and hard on him. A good woman will notice that in her man. So she will create this space from the beginning for him to be able to unleash all that stuff that he has in a healthy way to her, and she will be able to receive it.
What is that?
The thing
What is
is,
that knocking?
like,
Something knocking. Something keep knocking when you.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, you breaking up.
Like you feel like you knocking on something. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just that you have
somebody got music in the background.
Yeah, I hear it now.
Yeah, I hear music. So who's playing
Oh,
music?
you hear the music.
Yeah.
Smell like jazz.
I
Yeah.
don't know the music.
Must have been Nita.
Yeah. But go ahead.
You have to pick the person who's going to understand that and deliver. I always talk about safe space. Men need safe space. Women need safe space. That's why I say we fight for the same thing. You have to have that person in your life that is willing to shut up and listen. Because it's always and sometimes, yes, that man needs that. There's nothing wrong with letting that man know you appreciate him. I just heard him out. Hear what he got to say. You ain't got to be the problem solver, but just listen. Just listen. I feel like sometimes I had to learn this myself. As women, we try to fix everything in our household, including and sometimes we can't fix everything. But sometimes he just needs you to hear him and understand it.
Right.
That's it.
That's true.
And that's what I was about to piggyback on earlier when I was saying that it's not only just because I just fuss for no reason. I mean, I don't know about the other women that I hear bickering with their men before, but it's like when you know how you just do for your man, you know what I'm saying? Even when he bickers or whatever, it's like you take it, you listen, try to hear him out, see what's going on with him, type thing. But it's like when it's just time for, I don't know, when it's just time for me to be heard, I'm gonna be heard. I don't care what you got to say. You're gonna listen to what I got to say, and that's point blank. Period. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. I still love you at the end of the day. But if you all salty about it now, you mad and got attitude. I mean, yeah, I probably try to talk and get over it, but I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and just be mad. I just want to be heard, and I just finally just let it all out, and just don't want to hear what the other person has to say.
But see, at holding it all in, where if you're not holding it all in and you have a communication and little small bits, because after a while for me, you know, if you hooping and hollering, it becomes Charlie Brown, like womp womp womp. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I in turn, me myself, you deal with so much chaos out here in this, you know, outside of your home, that I'm like, I've actually said, man, if you're not happy, if I'm not doing what you want me to do, man, why are you here? I don't want to hear this shit. Absolutely. When I come home, like I've been gone now, I was home 24 hours and I had to drive 1,400 miles to be in Texas in like 34 hours. I don't want to hear that shit. I mean, like yesterday, I'm going to throw this prime example, and it had nothing to do with relationship. But I was so fixated on getting back home to my child that I told my dispatch yesterday, if I don't have a load by 8 o'clock today, I'm leaving. We talk about 1,400 miles, $800 worth of gas, but I can fix that problem. But I want to go home and fix the problem I got at home with my child. You know, my home front. Not with the child's mother, just my home front. So right now, I can say as a man, it feels good just knowing only thing I got to concentrate on is my baby and myself. Because self can't fail self.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. I mean, I can't tell you how much, it was like a 300-pound man come off my chest. You know, and it feels good. Like freedom, really.
Cool. And with this video coming up right now, hey, I'm telling you, hey.
One more thing though. Listen. The thing is, at the end of the day, if you can't trust the person you don't trust that person to lead, honestly, if you can't take the opportunity to hush and listen to the other person. And that video right there was about a man and how he feels and what he thinks and everything else. It wasn't about us as women, it's about men.
Correct.
But did y'all see that video where the man was telling the woman about how he felt about she didn't celebrate with his birthday, and then she called him soft, some stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? You ever see that reel? He was telling her he just wanted her to kick it with him for his birthday.
That's Imagine Huntsville. Huntsville series. And she said, "You act like I was supposed to chase you like you the female."
Yeah. That right there.
That's the thing. She's not good. See, I watched that show. The season's off now. But the thing is, she's not good at being vulnerable. So therefore, her first thing is to be defensive. He was expressing himself. They split up. He started dating one of the people that followed him around. Each individual person on the series following around like their producer. He fell in love with one of the producers and married her, which used to be her producer. So she feels some type of way. She's already confessed she feels some type of way because she's like, we was friends and then you left me and now you done married her. Me and her was friends. And the other girl's like, we were friends, but anyway, she broke the girl code. But thing is,
hold on now. There's always somebody looking. There's always somebody that wants what you got. You know, they say another person is trash and somebody else is treasure.
Yeah. Back to that story though. It's a lot more to that story. But at the end of the day, like I said, that video right there wasn't about women, it was about men. So if we're gonna be real, you got to have the ability to come out of your comfort zone of you want to speak out first all the time. Because see, a woman wants to be heard, but there's a lot of women who listen.
Right.
They get so upset because they feel like it's a history of them feeling like they're not being heard. So by the time he starts speaking, she's already done checked out as far as listening to him. You have to backtrack yourself out of that. Because if you want to be with this person, you're going to have to pipe down and hear what they got to say. And if you don't do that, that means that you don't trust that person to lead from the get-go.
That's right.
That's just being real.
That's true.
To me, it's about it's about healthy communication.
It is.
Healthy communication, and you also have to have to be just you gotta be educated. Just be good to talk. If you don't know how to talk, you have to listen to each other. That's the end of the day. Let one person get out what they need to talk about. Then then you respond to that. Then if that person has something to say, then you have to open up and listen. But like Ms. Shook said, a lot of women, when they feel like when they got everything out they want to get out, they shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's right. It's not right at all.
No,
That's
it
why I
ain't.
say no more for me. If I can't find a man that don't know how to communicate, I don't want him, because all that fussing and stuff all the time, ain't nobody got time for it. And especially when
You
you
ain't
take
lying.
people and be quiet all the time, and then when you finally blow up, they look at you like you crazy. Like, no, I just don't want to. I don't want to deal with the fussing. Period. So I'd rather be
I don't
single.
blame you on that.
What
You
you
ain't
about to say,
lying.
Peggy?
What was y'all responding to?
About a man just getting out. He can never get out what he wants. How he feel. It's basically anything. It's
Woman that
about a
can't
woman.
reciprocate what she's asking for.
Huh?
About a woman can't reciprocate what she's asking for from that man.
That is true.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, but we can go to our next video. And this video here went like 900 million views in a couple of days. It's crazy.
Okay, what's my biggest dating red flag?
Is it being on the DL?
You're on the right track. I have my answer.
Is it close enough?
Are you want to guess one more time what would be a red flag for me?
Bad music taste?
Oh, that is a good one.
Because that's one for me.
That is a good one.
Like,
But that's
what
not
do you
what I
mean
put.
you don't listen to Michael Jackson? But okay.
Okay, this is a huge red flag for me.
All right. You know what's so crazy? I was going to say men. I was going to say men.
No, like, I mean, strike one. You're a man.
Yeah.
And you're heterosexual.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So technically, because my mind was already there, I don't think I deserve to eat a.
So basically, what she put up there, basically, heterosexual man, straight man is a red flag. Yes.
Why would a heterosexual man be a red flag?
Yeah, I had the same thought. Like it's a red flag for her if a man is heterosexual.
I was confused.
heterosexual man, he ain't
Yeah,
that threw me all off. That threw me all off. I'm heterosexual. What do I do?
I was
I don't know how to respond to that.
With that, I'm confused.
9 million views.
Huh?
I need to know how this video even made it to 9 million views.
Yeah,
Right.
How did it make it to
It
one
might be
million?
the person is.
Basically, what she's saying is any man that's straight that don't deal with any type of men and none that he's straight. He goes strictly for women. He's a red flag to her.
I
That's
felt
the
that.
weirdest shit I ever heard in my life.
I got that
She-
part,
I-
but I'm
I'm
just
about to go there.
confused on the whole video.
Me too.
I ain't get it because evidently she ain't believing in God. If you read what the Bible states, I'm sorry. I
So
can't
she
follow
want a
that.
gay man.
Yeah, she want a dude that she can run. Where they do that at?
She like women.
Yeah,
It
either
did-
she want a
it-
gay
it
man
did
or she
say.
like
That's
women.
what it was given for me.
Yeah.
She
That's
probably
what,
want to
yeah,
peg
that's
him.
what I was thinking. Maybe she's gay and she don't like
Yeah.
men.
Yeah, she
Them
want to
two
peg him.
chicks was too friendly. They was too friendly with each other.
Yeah.
Like maybe they both gay or something, and they live somewhere where the straight men are DL. Because she said down low first.
Mm-hmm.
No, I ain't catch it.
Yeah. She said down low, but she said that's not what it was. So I went in the comments and she actually, I wish I had it. She actually commented, no, she like men, but she want them to be bi.
She
What the
want him.
fuck?
She want. That ain't no man. She pegging him. He getting screwed. He getting fucked. That ain't. I'm sorry. That ain't no damn man. I do the sticking. I don't get stuck. Why they do that at?
And she's into women too. So that means she goes both ways. So she wants someone that's entertaining
Well,
and doing the games that she's doing.
I ain't mad at her for being with another woman. That's all right.
But
Hey,
I had to throw them in there. But we're at our point of time right now with our anonymous letter. Miss Suge is going to give us our anonymous letter.
That video was bogus. I don't give a fuck what nobody say it was.
No, it was beyond bogus. It was beyond bogus. I'm still
I agree. That was BS.
To each his own. What I'm saying is, me personally, this is Miss Suge talking, only for Miss Suge, not for the whole podcast. Me personally, I'm saying that video was trash. She was trash.
Oh,
Yes, I was about to
agree.
say you ain't got a boo button, boo.
No, I agree.
That shit
I
was
agree.
bogus.
That she literally said she put on there a straight man.
That was weird.
That's a red flag for her.
She's a red flag. Can we carry on?
She
no,
worships the devil.
it's on you. It's on you. It's anonymous letter time.
She done sold her soul.
Yeah. So, okay, so we got an anonymous letter to the podcast. So we're gonna go ahead and read this letter, okay? And then maybe we could get this person some clarity on this situation that they have going on. It says, "Greetings to the Shorty Logic podcast. I am writing to express my admiration for Miss Bless, Miss Sugar, and Shorty Logic. Your honesty is refreshing, and I appreciate your willingness to address difficult topics. Initially, I found some of your comments off-putting." I think she was referring to all of us. I don't know.
No, she's referring to me.
Oh, okay. She was referring to Shorty. Okay. But upon further reflection, I realized that they prompted me to introspect and make positive changes in my life. As a fan for the past 6 weeks, I am reaching out because I am struggling with a personal issue. Ears open, y'all. Okay. And seeking guidance. I have been married for 12 years to a 55-year-old man who is 10 years my senior. We have 4 children together, with 2 from a previous relationship. My husband has been supportive and loving, treating my older children as his own. However, his frequent travels as a top criminal lawyer have led to feelings of loneliness, causing me to stray from our marriage on multiple occasions. Currently, I am 7 months pregnant, and I am uncertain of who the parental is. Child, who it is. My husband is the love of my life, but I have struggled with infidelity due to my weakness for sex. I understand that my attitude can be challenging at times, but my husband is not an argumentative person. Let me pause. I don't know how he's not an argumentative person and he's a criminal lawyer, but anywho, I am seeking your help and guidance as I am unsure of how to navigate this situation and avoiding losing my husband. I anticipate that you may view me as a corporate person, but I am genuinely seeking advice on how to move forward.
I'm gonna say this as a man who's been in that situation. If you don't mind me speaking, I was separated from my wife. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I was separated from my wife, and I was in Korea for 363 days. And I came home. She told me she was pregnant, and I came home, and it was like one of the things that I had to see to believe with my own 2 eyes. And we're cool today. But that right there, I'd have been in relationships where I'm cheated, she's cheated, and we didn't work it out. And I'm not telling nobody else to do that. However, because you lose a little bit of yourself, I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say if that was me as a man, if that was my woman, my wife, nothing against that child, but I couldn't be with you. And I'm not giving nobody, I'm not telling no man or no woman to not love their spouse. It's easy to say it when you from the outside looking in. But I will say this to you. I don't know your name, but I will say this to you. My name's Lamont. Sometimes when we're apart, we do have weakness of the flesh. But I will say this, if your husband keeps you and he decides to stay with you, if you believe in the higher power, and my higher power being the good Lord, Jesus Christ, God, you better get on your knees and you better pray, because I'm going to tell you that emotions as a man, that I don't care what kind of attorney he is, I don't care how much education he got, he's a human being. And that stuff hurts. And that can make that man do something real bad to you. So if you really love that man in any shape, form, or fashion, you love him. It's not about your kids. It's not about his kids. It's not about y'all kids. If you can't respect that and respect him as a man, and that man going out, because to me it sounds like you got too much time on your hands. And I got to be honest with you, love. As a situation with me, with my daughter's mom, because everything she needs is taken care of. A lot of what she wants, she got, and she ain't got to worry about nothing. But I'm gonna make it happen legally. So, baby, if you love him, you got to. If you decide to stay with that man, you got to either decide to do right, or you need to let that man go. Because one day you might catch that man on an off deal, and it could go south for both of y'all. And that's not fair to him. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to your kids. It's not fair to his kids or y'all kids. And it's definitely not fair to that unborn baby or even the man. If he's a real man that's doing it with you and he know you're married, he would leave you alone. Because I'm going to tell you, brother, I hope you're watching this, but if you've been me and you catch me on the whole thing, I probably do both of y'all, depending on what state of mind y'all get you in. And that's the God's honest truth. I prayed for 6 months.
Peggy, what you got, Peggy?
Yeah.
Unmute yourself. There you go.
Oh, shoot. That's what we talked about the other night. Me personally, she said that she need help how to figure it out. So basically, she wants to figure out who the father is. So, like, I would tell her that she need to get a genetic test and find out who it is before she try to say it's his or his. And then when she get the results, she need to tell him that she did what she did, either he's the daddy or not. Because at the end of the day, that child needs to know who the father is. Point blank period, whether it's her husband or the other one. But she needs to know so she can get the proper care and all that stuff for that kid, because they do have kids together. So she already know how things is going to be with that one, but every pregnancy is different. But like he was saying, man, it hit differently. Because that's what my dude said. I can do anything in the world, but if I step out, that's something totally different. Because he said it run differently in his head than it does in a female's head. We think about the emotion, the times that you spent with him. Only thing he visualizes what we're doing, not what we giving them and all that stuff. Not what we giving them. Like if we bringing them lunch and dinner and cooking, they think about what we're doing in their rooms too. Oh, you took her shopping. You spent time with her. You did this. So I think she needs to find out who the father is, get that genetic test, go ahead and do it, and she needs to stop doing what she's doing. If she's married, it basically seems like he said, she got too much time on her hands, but that's his fault too. He's making her have a lot of time on her hands because he can adjust some things too.
Now, I agree with what you're saying, but I have to disagree at the same time because now you're saying that, he giving her too much time on her hands, but damn, we have to work. We got to get out there.
But he's neglecting her too. Just he said that his woman didn't want for anything, but she wanted for time.
Well, you know something?
What you gotta realize in a marriage, when you're in a commitment, you married for better, for worse, rich or poor, sickness and health. Let me tell you something. In marriage, there's gonna be sacrifices. Now she said he's the top criminal lawyer. He's a top criminal lawyer. How do you think he got to be that top criminal lawyer? Now, the thing is, she's aware of what he has to do. So the thing is now, you got to understand. I'm not saying that you just accept everything, but you got to pick and choose your battles.
Yeah.
Because in marriage, you're going to be sacrificing a lot. A lot. She knows what his career is.
Mm-hmm.
She knows. I don't want, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just saying that accountability needs to be there, that she was aware of that. She was aware of that at the beginning. She also was aware of her ways at the beginning too. It sounds like to me that when she gets bored, she got to jump out there. It's almost like being a person who's impulsive and spontaneous. When you get bored, you got to find something to get into. And her thing is just so happen to be that she gets to have that sexual connection with somebody, which I'm not knocking it because we all have our needs. I understand that. But she knows what her husband does. So that comes with sacrifice. It does. The hard part is that in a marriage, people want to believe that you get literally everything that you desire. No, you do not.
No.
You're going to sacrifice things for the other at some point.
And I will say this, especially becoming me, being in the service. I was in service 10 years, and a lot of soldiers get cheated on. While they're overseas, and that man has to travel. Then you know that man gonna be gone for 12 months to 18 months because that's the career you met him in that career. So
which means you signed up for it.
You signed up for that. You know. So guess what? She's weak-minded for that. She's very weak-minded for that.
I'm not gonna say that she's weak-minded in my own opinion, but I will say this, and I don't know what she does for a living. That's neither here nor there. As a major disrespect as a wife to her husband, and even if it was vice versa, it would be a major disrespect as a man to his wife. You know, I can kind of look at it to a certain extent different if they was boyfriend and girlfriend, but y'all took vows before God, country, and the whole world. And if you believe in the good Lord, you're gonna have to answer for that.
Oh yeah. Nita, what you got? I see you raise your hand up, Nita.
Well, I don't see her being weak-minded because she's doing exactly what she chose to do. But what I will say is that there is a lack of communication understanding there, because you should have communicated that prior, unfortunately, to your husband to say, I am, and I don't know if you did or not, you know, but I am desiring you. I miss you. I need you to be a little more attentive to the household, a little more attentive to me, whatever the case may be. And see if he could take the initiative to maybe lighten his load so that he is there for his wife more, so that they still have that connection like that, the way that she needs to. That, like I said, it's compromise. But it has to be voiced.
That's true.
If it's not voiced, then what are you doing? Which means that you stepped into a zone where you put a wall between you and your husband, is what you did. You put a wall in between your husband. I don't know if it's because you feel like you weren't being heard or if you didn't communicate that to him. But either way, you put a wall between you and your husband and thought selfishly and went out and did what you wanted to do.
Right.
I'm just being honest. So the thing is, let me ask y'all this. What if the table turned?
I feel the same. The brother, we not held. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If the man's supposed to be the leader of the household, I've been married twice. One I did wrong, one I did right. As far as that goes, you know, being out there in the streets, and being that we're supposed to be the head of the household, we got to lead by example. It don't justify for the man to do it. It's not right. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say this. It's gonna sound harsh for me. It's gonna sound harsh. Cheating. I mean, it hits different for a man. But I probably can get over it and try to, you know, work through it. But you possibly have carrying another man, baby. Yeah. That's a deal breaker for me. I'm divorced for that.
That's different. I mean, you're not even trying to protect yourself. You having unprotected sex. So now, what if you're a down low brother? We can talk about that. And now I'm gonna get AIDS and come on, man, make that make sense.
Hey, Nita, I heard you. I see your hand, Nita. What you gotta say?
Yes, honey, because I done got unexcited, but I'm still ready to talk about this. But honey, this is some real Steve Harvey in the morning secret letter tea type going on here. Well, Miss Lady, you don't know me. My name is Nita. I'm gonna tell you about me. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Okay, I done wrote some stuff down because I ain't want to forget none I had to tell you. But first of all, let me tell you this. First of all, your husband is a criminal lawyer. A criminal lawyer, so he is going to be gone all the time. They just listening to your lifestyle. You got a nice lifestyle. So if you're listening right now, take a moment and look around you. Just look around you. Look at all the shit you got. He got to work for it, for you to get it, and you knew that in the beginning. So what I got to say to you is, you was wrong for cheating. And then, just like Lamont said, you was having unprotected sex. That's what's so effed up about it. What if you would have caught something and brought something back to your husband? I think you would have had a hell of a time explaining to, if he found out about it, I think you would have had a hell of a time explaining to that man how he caught something, especially if he know that he ain't doing nothing. Okay, so what to do about this situation? Like Miss Peggy said, I don't know how this go, but this is what I would do if I were you. If you love this man, this is what I would do. You better not say nothing. Don't say shit. Don't say shit. Go get that test. Go get that test and pray to God that it is your husband's and it's not that man's. If it's that man, You need to figure out, Lord Jesus, I don't believe in abortions. I swear I don't. But if you love your husband, that's what you had to do. And don't say nothing to your husband about it. Don't cheat no more. Leave that shit alone. As far as your time, you need to find something to do. Go to the gym, make baskets or something. I don't know. Go to the day. Hell, I don't care, the daycare. That's what you need to do. And it's and far as you being weak-minded, I can't agree, but I can't agree. Because it's either you weak-minded or you got a sex addiction. And if you got a sex addiction, you need to get help. You need to get help. But I wouldn't say shit. But if that baby come back to be that man's and you want to have that baby, you need to have a discussion with your husband, let him know what's going on, and figure some shit out.
And I'm gonna let Miss Bless speak, but I'm gonna say this: when Miss Nita, when you said, don't tell him, just go get the test done and see if it's his. If it is his, don't say nothing. I disagree with that part, because even if the child do becomes his, from that point on, that marriage and that relationship is built. It's going to be built on a lie.
It's a lie.
And what's in the dark don't come to light. It always
It
does.
It does eventually.
Acting like it never happened.
What you say, Ms.
That's true, but the only reason why I said that is if she loves that man and if she know how it's gonna go. But if she, if she's ready just to tell the aunt, she just need to come forward and just tell her the truth, point blank, period. And if she knew that, she wouldn't be asking us for help.
If she loved that man, she would have suppressed that. She would have had a conversation with her husband about it, and she wouldn't be 10 months pregnant. I'm not trying to judge. I'm just saying, honestly, this is real talk.
She's 10 months.
That man, she would have never.
She better get that.
Hold on, y'all. Miss Bless got something.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just playing. No, but honestly, I feel like this, and this is just my opinion. I feel like every situation is different. We don't know really what all is going on in that household and whatever else. But at the end of the day, I do feel like she should have had a conversation with him before she stepped out on him. When she married him, you're right, it's for better or worse. But again, all situations are different. Things happen. I understand it. I get it. But here's the thing. Number one, you never should have stepped out on your husband without having a conversation. Number two, if you was going to step out on your husband, you should have protected yourself, because you're disrespecting him, yourself, and that child. Number three, I do not believe in abortion, so I'm gonna never tell you to do that. That's just my opinion. However, I'm just saying that at this point, it's a baby. So I'm looking at it like this: you made that bed, you lie in it. You need to have that baby. You need to take care of that baby. You need to have that test. I do agree you need to have that test. But at the end of the day, regardless to whether it is your husband's or not, you still owe him a conversation, because you were dead ass wrong. You were dead ass wrong. I don't care how lonely you are. You that lonely, you got children, get a puppy. I don't know what the situation is. But what I'm sitting here telling you is this. I know we don't know everything. We can't be knowing everything, because it's your story, his story, and the truth. So at the end of the day, whatever made you step out on this man is deeper than just you just needing some companionship. Because if you needed some time with your husband, you could have told him to sit him down and had that time. We need a vacation. Look, it's getting serious. It's getting to the point where I feel like I'm ready to do something I don't want to do. If you can't give me what I need, then we need to have a conversation. But that's something you should have talked to that man about. Because it sounds to me like if he's out here busting his ass, doing what he's doing, his mind is always going, he's always busy, he's providing a life for you and yours. Yours. He's providing that life. So with that being said, he's probably at work thinking, hey, I don't see her that much, but my kids and my home life is taken care of. So with that being said, it's like you're killing this man. You crushing him. There's no way in hell a man can go out every day, do the things he do, and his mind be twerking the way it is. I know, being a defense attorney, oh my God, I can only imagine what he's going through. So with that being said, the last thing he needs to be thinking about while he's in court is my wife laid up with somebody else or having another baby, because you can't seem to control yourself. It's about you. You got to have some accountability, because at the end of the day, it's a you issue.
Yes.
You need to talk to that man. You should have talked to him and let him know what was going on.
It's selfish.
And I was about to say that too. And I want to piggyback off of what I said. I do apologize, because I absolutely do not believe in abortion. So, and I can't believe I said it, but just the story, it just was like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute, child. But with me knowing now that that went over my head about the baby being 10 months, you definitely need to have a conversation with your husband. And if you're 10 months, I know you're showing. So you around here got that man thinking that baby his.
Yeah, months.
Already.
9 months. 9 months. I remember.
Well, now you about to have the baby. You about to have the baby. You
Here's
need
my
to have a
thing.
conversation. I'm not trying to
Can I
stress you
say
out. I hope you
something?
ain't about to go in labor just to listen to us talk, Lord Jesus. I hope you're not. But you need to have a conversation with your husband like ASAP. ASAP.
He
It's
deserves
gonna
to know
kill
the
you.
truth. He deserves it.
But
If
I
you
want
love him, he deserves it.
I want to go somewhere else with you, love. I don't know your name, but he's a forgiving God, and I know this ain't a religious show. But baby, you can do it right now. You can do it on the toilet. You can do it in the house. You can do it in the car. You need to ask for forgiveness for that yourself, that brother, and if your husband, because we don't know, maybe your husband ain't doing right. I understand what it takes to make a certain kind of money and how much time it takes to be gone to make that money. Money's not everything. But if that man can't come home and have security in his home with his woman, then I'm gonna tell you what a man. I'm a man, and the only thing I think about is how's he fuck you. I can't put it no other kind of way. Is he fucking you the way I fuck you? I can't say no other kind of way to that. And that right there is being a man. And I want you to see me being a man. That's the most devastating thing that a man, for me, to me as a man, that I couldn't get over. Because I always know that we live in the same town and I see him, he done fucked you. And you supposed to be mine. And that ain't cool, love. That ain't cool at all. That ain't cool, babe.
Right.
Go ahead, Peggy.
I'm sorry. Okay, my thing is, I have a question for the lady. Like, if he's gone for so long, he's not noticing, like, hold on, when did you get pregnant? If they didn't do something, if they have done something, what is she telling this other man? Like, is she telling him, like, this is your baby, or I don't know? How is that balance even going on? Because if she's playing straddling the fence, somebody's gonna bloop out.
Right.
Because how
But
can
she never
she?
said she wasn't
How
having
can
sex with
she
her husband.
cut that? How can she cut that chain off from the other man, or cut that chain off from her husband without them actually knowing if she's not being honest?
Well, I don't
Because
remember her
that's a
saying. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm going to cut you off. Go ahead.
huh?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
You fine? I'm finished.
Oh, okay. So what I was saying was, I don't remember her saying she wasn't still sleeping with her husband. So he has no reason to think that it's not his child.
Right. Right.
There's no way
But
for him to know that. If I'm coming home with my wife, even if I slept with her one time, huh?
I was talking about the time frame, like how she said he's always gone
But
and gone.
he might be always gone. But it, like you said, like Miss Bless said, it's not. She's not saying that if she's not sleeping with him. Because so if she's sleeping with her husband, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It can be he thinking it's adding up.
Yeah, even if he just dropped the load on her one time that month.
Yeah.
There's no way for him to know because he's not thinking he's cheating.
But I'm gonna tell you something else. I know y'all youngins. I know y'all youngins on the phone. I'm 50 years old, so that brother got me about 5 years. When you try to come for me as a man, and Shorty could probably agree, when you're in a profession like that, you're any kind of profession. Being a profession means you're getting paid for whatever you're doing. All right. If you're in that kind of profession, you probably so focused on your mission, your job, and he got to be highly successful in whatever he's doing, that you don't worry about home for real, because you can't bring home into that. And when you was talking about Suge, when you're talking about he's a defense attorney, it don't matter what he's performing at his job. At the end of the day, he's still that man, that husband that she married. And that defense attorney is his job. It's not his life. It's his job. However, that job provides a certain lifestyle for them. And a lot of times when you come home, like I was talking about, when I get out of this truck, man, I don't want to deal with nothing. I just want to be whatever Lamont is, whatever it may be. And he could be the same way.
And I'm gonna say this here is, once again, I've done jobs that I had to travel, like the whole Army situation and all things like that. And I'm gonna speak from a soldier and a special forces soldier. An idle soldier mind that's worrying about home is gonna get him killed. He shouldn't have to worry about home. What's going on? Is she cheating and this like that? Especially if a man is out there going to make his money. To provide a certain lifestyle or just provide for the family, period. So, end of the day, that's just my thought. Where's your accountability, ma'am?
Yeah, but that's what I
Talk,
said. Yeah.
yeah, talk
Mm-hmm.
to him. Go to him
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, one thing I don't agree with. No, I'm sorry, Nita. What I don't agree with is she going to go get that test done, and if it becomes his, don't tell him no,
No.
because it's been from that point on. Hell, from
It's too late.
the time you started fucking a whole nother man, your relationship was built on lie.
Yeah. And then on top of that, what if it is his? So what? But what if something else come with it? What if it's a disease, something else? You know what I'm saying? What if one day she don't tell him and she's out with her husband and this man see her and walk up and be like, oh,
that part.
I mean,
It's definitely too late. It's too late for that. It's too late for that anyway, for her not to tell him.
But hold on. But here's the thing: if he's a real, the gentleman that she's sleeping with, if he's a real man, about his child, and it becomes his child, he ain't gonna care about nothing about their husband. I want to see my kid. I want to see
he's
my kid.
gonna want to know exactly.
I want my kid.
Exactly, and that goes back to what I just said. If she's out when she don't tell him, go out with her husband, and this man wants to see she's pregnant, he might be like, oh wait, whoa, when this happened, is that mine? And then be like, what the fuck? So that's why I said she needs to tell him, regardless to whether it's his or not.
Right. And I was about to speak on that, but I didn't want to scare her. With, like, I watch a lot of Fatal Attraction. Like, that stuff is real. And like that situation that you're going through could put you in there. You need to figure this out tonight. And just like Lamont said, was it Lamont? Yeah. Just like Lamont said, before he said that you out here fucking. Every time he was thinking about it, he goes, he fucking you. Before he said all of that. Before you talk to your husband. Before you talk to your husband, you do need to pray. Pray about the situation. Ask for forgiveness, like sincerely. Go to God and pray about it. And ask him how to go to your husband about this, for him to lead you to the right way, to bring it to your husband at the right way at the right time, and see where it goes from there. And like I said, if your husband really likes you, loves you, and wants to be with you even after this, he'll probably even go with you to get tested. You never know how it's going to work, but just know that this is going to hurt him. This is definitely going to hurt him. It's going to be something that he's not going to forget overnight. So you might have a little complications. And
the best advice I can tell you, make sure his headspace and timing, meaning his mental, is in a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go somewhere else even with it.
Let me have a beer, pork chop, and let him watch the sports, then talk to him.
Shut the hell.
And even with that, if that be the case, even with that, you might. I don't know your husband's demeanor, but you might want to be in a safe place. You might not want to be at home.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna be honest with you, love. I don't know you.
Not about the love or the like. At the end of the day, what you gotta remember is that he's a human being.
He's a human being.
Facts.
Yes. He's a being, period, and he deserves to know. And how the outcome may be, that's what's in the course for you.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm being real honest with you. I'm being very blunt with you. You said your husband is loving. You said that he is good with the kids and things like that. But let me tell you this, and let me be very when I say this. It don't matter how loving and how good he is with kids, and you love him. You didn't think about that when you lay down. You didn't think about how much he loves you. Think about how challenging you was and how he deals with that. You didn't think about how he takes care of the household. You didn't think about how he provides for the kids. You didn't think about him being all these things when you went out and did. Period. And sometimes, I'm the person who goes up here and enable nobody.
Right.
You got to take accountability for all those things. You didn't think about none of that stuff when you was out doing what you're doing. So if that issue of you having, the desire for sex so much, is that greater than your marriage? Is that greater than your relationship? Is that greater than your kids? Is that greater than your household? Is that greater than everything that you have? It means nothing.
Nothing.
Can I say something?
I gotta go ahead, Lamont, and then we go on to that next.
All right. Y'all ladies know, and Shorty, hey, if he's beating her back in, we can speak all the logic in the world. Man, that shit don't mean nothing when he's beating her back in, and she's in her headspace. Cause men are fucked up. We dogs. We ain't shit. And you start beating that back in, all of that logical thinking, which women don't think anyway, goes out the damn window. I'm just gonna go there for a
What do
minute.
you mean women don't think?
Right.
Y'all don't. I know. I said women don't think logically. Y'all normally think on emotions, on feelings.
Why don't we think logically?
Because God didn't make y'all. God didn't make y'all that way. Y'all can get
What
mad
the
if you
hell?
want to.
No,
God didn't make y'all that way.
I don't think on
I
emotions. I
don't know
think
what type of women
logically.
he talking about.
Y'all
I
are
don't know what type
emotional.
of women you
Hey,
came from, but we gonna leave that
hey.
alone.
We can leave it alone, but hey, the facts are the proof is in the pudding. And I'm not talking about y'all ladies, but the general. I'm talking about in the general sense. The proof's in the pudding. It's the way God made you. I didn't make you. I can't hear you.
So you telling
Maybe
me
it's
how
just
God
maybe
made me?
the women you
Hold on,
dealing with.
one at a time. One
You
at a
telling
time.
me how God made me? How
Hey,
else he made
yeah,
me? I'm like, here it is. How else he
hey.
made me?
I'm
So
thinking
what
maybe
up?
just the
So
women he dealing with.
now a woman within the nature of a woman, within the creature of a woman that God has made.
Well,
Y'all
I'm a
are
different type
emotional.
of
Y'all,
breed. I think like
y'all,
a man, baby. So you
and
can't,
and
you
and
can't, you can't
and
go that way with
One
and
at
me.
a time. One at a
And
time.
my daddy
and
raised me, so you can't go that way with me. You don't know
baby,
how I think or how I
I'm
move. And
thinking.
this your first time
And
ever having a conversation with me, so you can't say that.
and in a general sense, I can't say it because the material backs it up. Data backs it up. In a general sense, a woman, the species of a woman,
White man's
not you.
Hold
data,
on.
Hold
white
on.
man's data.
Hold
Now,
on. Hold on.
hey.
Let him speak it out.
And the species of a woman, not a white man, not a black man, not a green man, in the species of a woman. That is the way that the average woman is programmed. It was the way that Jews made it. Not LeBron made it. I didn't make it. I'm not Adam and Eve. But it was the way a woman was made. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to agree with me. But the proof of the pudding, and all of y'all might be exceptional women. You know, I love y'all. But on the average woman, a woman is an emotional creature.
You got a lot of men out here that's
But
emotional.
if you knew anything, they say men are more sensitive than women.
And that's a lie.
They say men are more sensitive than women, baby.
And you know why?
Sugar.
But let's hold on.
I've started
Go
some
ahead, go
stuff
ahead,
now.
go ahead. No, and this is what it is. A lot of men are emotional. A lot of men has a tendency to have women emotion. But over 87% of men are raised by women in a single household. These are facts. But what you saying, Lamont, is I can't fully agree with that. But I did hear something. I saw something. I was on Joe podcast,
I'll
and
wait for you to agree.
it says it was about Adam and Eve, you know, and he said that we'll never die, we'll never go old. We have everything that we need right here in this garden. And what the lady said is, that's it. That's it. Do y'all get it? Huh?
Where you get this bullshit from?
When I get the book? Well, I'll send it to you. Don't even worry about it.
All
I
right.
got you.
You ain't that bullshit. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Yeah. But anywho,
Can we get back to the letter? Miss Anonymous, we just want to tell you this. Whichever way did you go, I hope it all works out for you. Just pray on it. I hope you got some good tips from us tonight. I hope we didn't steer you away from anything. We hope we didn't stress you out even more. But I hope you took what we said and agreement and let your husband know. And like Lamont said, most definitely do it in a good space. If you already know how he reacts to something, that's a good thing he pointed out. Don't do it at home. Do it in like a public place, like a park or something. But you definitely need to talk.
and I'm gonna say this for we actually running out of time. When I'm gonna say this to the lady, take responsibility, take your accountability, sit back and think about what you want and what you need, and then you really need to tell your husband what's actually going on, because I'm pretty sure he don't know what's going on. You know, so
Now,
hold on, Lamont.
I ain't saying nothing.
So basically, everything I'm saying is, I'm sorry, lady, you're wrong. Your mind, your mental is messed up. You need to get that shit together. With that being said, short like the podcast, we the fuck out of here.
All right, we offline yet?